Oh, that's a nice start, Josh. A fine start to an early morning. Great way to kick off. Good morning, Josh, and good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm good. I'm all good. I'm always good when I'm on the golf course first thing in the morning. I don't think you can beat it. So today we're playing at Grande Bastide, which is in Opio. I thought we got the first tee off, but I see somebody there is up ahead of us. But they're a hole ahead, so we should be fine. So our plan today is we're going to play 18 holes, and we're going to give a little bit of a review of this course. Plus, we're then going to just show shot by shot how we've done. We're going to try and play well. I've actually yesterday played golf as well, so for me this is like a fantastic week. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm hoping that today we end up having a good game, score well, and we see how we go. This is a nice course. It's actually the course that I played at yesterday, which is one that we'll go up to in this sort of series, was at the Golf Club de Monte Carlo, which was a really demanding driving course, whereas this is actually quite a bit more open and easy. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So here I am.
Perfect.
Middle of the fairway, wedge to go. That's a bit short, I think. Oh, we call that a loosener, Josh. So things I look for when I'm looking at how the putt is going to fall. One, you know, it's kind of quite, so early morning it's quite damp, so won't break as far, but you look at this hill over here, you can see that hill actually just, hillock, just basically goes down, so you know the ball is going to fall to the left. There's kind of water over here as well, so it's going to fall that way anyway. Low. Oh! Josh, that's a 3-putt bogey, but it was actually, to be fair, oh dear. Okay, let's just say we've got all that crap out the system and get on with it. God, I hate this game. There's a wonderful golf commentator that I grew up listening to, and he said so much in the way of truth about this game. It really brings out your character. Golf is a game of, I think, managing adversity, because pretty much you start off, things go okay, you get one bad shot, yes, I want to record my score, and no, I don't particularly want to, but that's a bogey. And so you find that in, you know, one, this is a game that you can play your entire life, so the things that you do when you're young, where you are flexible and you don't have any fear or you don't have any bad experiences of golf, are completely different from what you do when you're my age. You know, but it's a game that you can play competitively your entire life. And it's a great forger of characters, I've always thought, golf. Doesn't matter how well you play the day before, you've got to rock up and do it all over again the following day. God, dear, I can't believe that 3-putt. Right, out of mind. The idea, I can knock it over that first bunker, but the second bunker, see, you need to turn it around so as you can see that first bunker. And where that guy is just now, I have no idea where he's been playing, because he's just going right and left all over the joint. Maybe he's going at the next. Right, we're going to play. It's also the thing about golf is it gives you instant feedback. So what you've got in your mind before you start, if you've got anything, because a lot of us we play golf and it's quite vacuous when we get onto the golf course. You get feedback immediately if you know you've done the right thing or not. Yeah. And so that's good. Theoretically, what that means is that you should be able to change as you go along, and adapt and adjust. And again, that's another very good thing about golf and life together. Actually, that sounds like I could get really philosophical first thing in the morning. I'm not going to do that. And when the ball's below your feet, you actually hope that on a hill. So later in the day, that drive would have rolled down over there into the middle of the fairway. But now, because it's a bit damp, it's stuck up. And now you're left with a scenario where you've got the ball below your feet, which means that the tendency for this is for the ball to shoot away kind of to the right. So we're going to be aware of that when we hit through and try and really kind of more or less punch the thing. Zoom. Look at this village up there, Josh. This is the village up here of Chateauneuf de Grasse. Oh, Christ. Okay. Nice one. So one of the great things about life in this part of the world, you tend to find that right the way through the year you get, I don't know what they say, I think I read someplace that we have something like 320 days of sunshine a year, so that's, to my mind, that's... Could you try again? So often the watch comes in and commentates for you, which is very good. So yeah, it's just another beautiful day for golf, and yeah, although quite damp underfoot still, so the ball isn't, I noticed here, I hit that one really solid, and normally I'd be about 10-15 yards further on, whereas now I'm not. I'm a bit shorter, so it's not doing much in the way of running or travelling. But as the day starts to warm up, I'm sure we'll get a bit better at that. Probably this course I've played about maybe 8 or 9 times, I think. And it was a day where it was kind of baked really hard in the summer, probably afternoon time. And a little bit of wind behind, and so I hit a big drive, and I think it was actually the first time I played. I didn't realise there's a little river or ditch, stream, burn, whatever you want to call it, that it was which was kind of right down the at the bottom of the, just underneath the green. So from then I've just tried to play it. There's a flat plateau up here beside these bunkers, so you hit it in between these 2 bunkers, which is what I've done. And then you're left with a pretty straightforward shot. I have pulled that. Yeah, so that was a par. We 2-putted that, so that's okay. Bit left. You know what? I have not got my clubbing right today at all. Let's go. It's a bit of light pace, isn't it? Yeah, I got the hang of it now, didn't allow enough. Okay, 3, move on. Next hole goes right back into the sun, so that'll be quite tricky to spot where the ball is. The course I was playing on yesterday was very hilly, up and down dale, and I had gone on one level with my tee shot, and my playing partner had gone on the other level, which was much lower. And so what we ended up doing was I took the buggy up, and then I was coming back for him to do that. I had to drive quite a bit ahead and then come back, and I wasn't really paying as much attention as I should have. Oh, we're going to get soaked here in this. And when I went back, I was going down the hill, and at the bottom of the hill I was starting to turn back to him, but then I realised he was just a way to play his shot. So I went to brake, and as I braked going down the hill, the backside swung round, got me then going broadside, and everything fell over this way. So I was lucky that I didn't get hurt. I got this seat came off, and this was metal attached to the seat, and it came down and hit me right across the back of the neck, or just at the base of the neck. So I was lucky. I didn't do any damage. Oh, I liked it before. I'm not sure I like it much now, Josh. So sometimes in golf you get ahead of yourself. So a lot of people do this. They'll block the shot out to the right, which is my kind of weak shot. Sometimes I get too far ahead, my arms go out, and I end up knocking it off to the right, which is what I did there. So you've taken a perfectly straightforward hole and now made it a whole lot more difficult.
I'm not sure I understand.
No, I'm not sure I understand why I'm here either, Siri. Yeah, go through. Right, making a meal of this one, Josh. So look at this shot, Josh. Take a look over here. So we've got bunker just short of the green. We've got a green that then slopes away from us, and then we've got bunker at the back with pin tucked in the middle. It's kind of quite a tricky shot. And so the only way you can play this is actually just take some kind of lob wedge, stick it up in the air, and I have the distance for it. So hopefully we can pull this off. No. Didn't hit it far enough, Josh. Drive for show and you putt for dough, which is very true. That was a good spank. Another foot would have been very good. A foot less would have been very good. That is just horrid. Yeah, that's all I could do. Oh, it's a maddening game, this. That's a par. That was a chance, Josh. Missed. That's another bit blocky, but that's okay, I think. This is a par 5, and the big problem is off the tee, you're looking at this water on the left-hand side here, so the tendency is always to kind of bail out right, which is what I've done. And that's fine. That looks quite nice.
Good.
Yeah, that was good.
It's a good shot.
Thank you, Josh. Oh, we're first here and these greens haven't been swept. So this, you look at Josh, it's actually, there's a lot of water on this track. There we go. There's another chance gone, Josh. Same kind of distance as the last one, and both left. That's upsetting. So back to the drive for show and putt for dough, because that, in essence, you know, when you start putting the ball in reasonably close, inside sort of 10, 15 feet, the really good players convert a lot of these, and that makes a big difference. From a golfing perspective, I grew up very lucky because where I'm from, which is central Scotland, golf is one of these things that most people play, or a lot of enough people play to make it a really a sport where there's a lot of golf courses. The other thing that that country is great for as well is that you have golf courses where actually the cost of playing golf compared to here particularly is significantly cheaper. Okay. I reckon about, you know, for a normal private course, it's about 25% of the cost of playing here. Yeah. Yeah, and for a junior, it's probably about 5 to 10% of the cost of playing here. Oh, wow. And so that's, you know, that's really important. So a lot of people play golf. A lot of people start off when they're young. It's very, very easy to get your kids involved. We're getting like attacked by bloody flies here, Josh. That's not a problem you have in Scotland, other than for like about a week in the year. Yeah. Although I was.
What's it cost to play at Grande Bastide?
Grande Bastide? Well, so including the buggy hire, we get a bit of a deal because we're part of a golf society, and so that saves us about €20, but it's still then, including the buggy, it's still about 108, 109, €110, say. So yeah, I was very lucky because I grew up, when I started playing golf, I grew up in the county of Fife, and my hometown's Dunfermline, and so I played a lot of golf in and around there. I was lucky enough that I played golf for the county for a while, which was good. And I guess the other thing, yeah, keep walking, you're fine. I grew up very close to St Andrews, so it was sort of like 40 minutes from home, and so I got to play there a lot over the years. And so sometimes you feel very spoiled when you're able to do these kind of things. You know, I learned how to play low shots in the wind, and used to love going out in the rain. Oh man, that's 3 in the spin. So, putting that missed putt again behind us. I guess the thing about growing up there was you got to play a lot of different shots, and that stood me in good stead. Golf here is totally different. The courses tend to be a lot more manicured, and of course you then have the weather. And you're gonna crash right now. And the weather's really important. It's a great. It means, I suppose, it means very enjoyable golf all year round. And whilst per head of population there probably aren't as many golf courses, that's 3 chances in a row I've missed, Josh, from 15 feet. That's not good. You'd hope to get 1 or 2 of those. Yeah, so, you know, there aren't as many golf courses here as there are in the area when I grew up. I could practically, you know, I could get to golf courses at various places that I lived within, there was always a golf course within 10 minutes. So very lucky that way. But here you maybe got to drive, like as we did this morning, half an hour probably. So slightly further apart, further afield, but still enough of them to certainly be able to play different golf course very, very regularly. And so part of this is kind of showcasing this fabulous part of the world where you have got on one side of the landscape, you've got we're at the very north of the Mediterranean Sea, and then very very short distance away you're into the foothills of the Alps. Yeah. And so you have this great year-round climate where it never gets brutally hot, you know, despite where we are.
Comfortably hot.
Yeah, it's comfortably warm pretty much all year round. One thing you never see here is snow, really. A friend of mine who's lived down here for 20 years says he's seen snow twice in that time. And yeah, he made a snowman with his kids in the morning, and in the afternoon it had melted. So. But if you go, in fact, actually, probably in a couple of months' time, I would think, when we look up, we'll be able to see these mountains with, well, this one up here will have snow in it probably in a few months' time. These flies are beginning to really wind me up.